A boy with a limp. A crippled dog. They entered the town parade and everyone laughed. But by the time they reached the judges' stand, the entire town was on its feet, in tears. They thought it was a joke. A boy with a limp entering the town parade, walking alongside a crippled dog. People whispered. Some chuckled. Others simply watched, waiting for something to go wrong. But what they did not expect was that both the boy and the dog had a message to deliver. Noah had lived in Elridge his whole life. A quiet town, the kind where people knew your past before you even finished living it. He was born with a damaged leg, the result of a complicated birth. And from the time he could walk, he walked differently. Children teased him in school. Adults offered forced smiles or quick glances. He never asked for sympathy. But he also never stopped feeling like a shadow in his own town. Until he met Chance, a dog whose body bore a different kind of wound, but whose spirit felt just like his. Chance had a crooked front leg, permanently lifted. A souvenir from a collapsed building rescue gone wrong. He had once been a hero. Now, like Noah, he had become someone people pitied or ignored. But the moment their eyes met, something unspoken passed between them. It was not pity. It was recognition. When Noah heard about the Heritage Day parade, he made a decision. He did not want a float. He did not want music or banners. He just wanted to walk side by side with the only soul who understood him without a single word. He signed up quietly. No big announcement. Just a name scribbled on the form, service tribute. No one knew what it meant, and no one bothered to ask. But behind that name was a plan that meant everything to him. In the weeks leading up to the parade, Noah began training Chance in silence. Early mornings before the sun rose. Late evenings after the fields had gone quiet. He was not trying to impress anyone. He was trying to say thank you to the forgotten, to the broken, to the brave who never got their moment. The idea was simple. Just one gesture. A salute. Not the sharp military kind, but a slow, proud lift of the paw. A movement that had once been part of Chance's service training, buried under years of pain and silence. Together, they practiced until it became muscle memory again. But word spread fast in a small town. People caught wind that Noah and his crippled dog would be part of the parade. The whispers returned. So did the smirks. He is just looking for attention, some said. What can a boy like him do in a parade? Noah heard it all. He said nothing. Not even to his father. But the night before the parade, he sat beside Chance in the barn, brushing his fur with slow hands, eyes full of quiet fire. They do not need to cheer, he whispered. Just let them see you. Parade day arrived with clear skies and warm sun. Families lined the streets, waving flags, holding drinks, laughing with neighbors. Floats rolled by, music played, and everyone clapped along. It was all as it had always been. Until the music faded. Noah stepped onto Main Street with Chance at his side. No decorations. No background song. Just a boy walking slowly. Cane in one hand, leash in the other. Beside a dog whose front leg lifted with each step. The crowd fell into confusion. Whispers started again. Faces turned from curiosity to awkward disbelief. Some even laughed softly, not out of cruelty, but out of discomfort. They did not understand. But Noah walked on. His pace never changed. Chance followed, limping with grace, head held high. They reached the center of the parade route, directly in front of the judge's stand. Noah turned to face the crowd. He stopped. So did Chance. And for a moment, everything was still. Then, Chance lifted his paw. 2. It was not a flawless motion. It was slow, deliberate, trembling slightly. But it was unmistakable. A gesture of honor. A tribute born not from perfection, but from pain. The crowd, once filled with whispers, now held its breath. Noah reached into his pocket and pulled out something small. A faded armband from an old canine vest. Once worn by a dog like Chance, who had served and sacrificed without ever asking for thanks. Noah knelt beside Chance and gently wrapped the band around his raised leg. An older man in the front row, wearing a faded marine cap, stood up slowly. Without a word, he saluted them. Others followed. One by one, strangers stood, not to cheer, but to witness something sacred. It was not about the parade anymore. Somewhere in the back, someone clapped. Then another. And then, like a quiet wave, the applause swept down Main Street. Not wild or rowdy, but full of something deeper, respect, perhaps. Or remorse. Maybe both. Tears filled the eyes of people who had never looked twice at Noah. People who had once laughed at Chance's limp now saw only courage. The kind of courage that does not shout. The kind that walks on despite every reason to quit. Noah gave a gentle nod, turned and began walking again. No waving. No bowing. Just that same steady rhythm. Limp and leash. Paw and cane. Two figures moving as one. He did not wait for awards. He did not expect a prize. The gesture had been enough. A reminder that honor does not come from medals. Sometimes it comes from simply standing up when standing hurts the most. Later that day, as the sun dipped behind the fields and families returned to their homes, someone uploaded a photo of that moment. It showed Noah, eyes calm, Chance with his leg raised, and the crowd standing in silence. By nightfall, the photo had gone viral. 3. The caption was simple, a salute from the ones you forgot. And somehow, that line struck a nerve. Veterans began sharing it. Rescue groups reposted it. News anchors mentioned it with trembling voices. But none of that mattered to Noah, for him. The parade had ended the moment he and Chance walked off that street. They returned to their quiet life, to the same worn barn and dusty road. But something in Elridge had changed. People who once looked away now nodded in respect.